What's going on with the U.S. men's national team? So we've seen as of recent, the U.S. national team has had some really poor performances. Losing this week against Turkey, and then losing yesterday, battering yesterday against Switzerland. And the team has been playing really poorly. And there's been a lot of talks and criticism as of recent, particularly from national team legend Landon Donovan, who stated that these players are not giving their all, and they're not willing to show up for their country. Particularly he was being critical of Christian Pulisic, who, as we know, is not attending the Gold Cup. He won't be playing with the U.S. national team. And Landon Donovan was just being critical of these players, saying that why are we having players sitting out, and we should look to teams like Portugal, for example, who this weekend we saw won the UEFA Nations League final, and a player like Cristiano Ronaldo, who's in his 40s, showed up to the final even after having a long season. And that's a separate topic, but I don't fully agree with Landon Donovan on that regards, because I feel like the game now has begun, it's become too much for the players. There's been the players play a lot of games. There's not really much time to rest, and each player's case is different. So Christian Pulisic could be going through something right now, and we just gotta respect it. So I don't really want to get too deep into that, but I do agree with them in the sense that this team lacks identity, and this team doesn't have that same fighting spirit. The spirit that we saw when we had the likes of Clint Dempsey, Landon Donovan, Jeff Cameron, Stuart Holden. The list goes on and on of these great national team players. And the crazy thing is, during that time, U.S. soccer was still growing. It is still growing now, but it's not at the same level compared to before. They don't have the same infrastructure now that we did before, and it was unfortunate just seeing the team heading in a downward direction. And if the team wants to do well, moving forward, it being in the Gold Cup, it being in the World Cup next year, which will be in the U.S., they need to figure this out. They need to get together, build that camaraderie, and just do whatever it takes to fight for the country, because the talent is there. Players playing for big clubs in Europe, great players in the MLS as well, and so the talent is there, but it's just that identity that's lacking. So let me know what you guys think about this analysis. What do you guys think about the current state of the U.S. national team? And don't forget to follow as well, because I got some more content in line with this.